Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. I feel like I've forgotten to do something. It just took me through the setup, but I'm saying to myself, do I normally have to do this? Like selecting my audience. Okay. Okie dokie then. Shall we select our audience? I've selected the cards. Today we have Botanical Inspirations. Oh, I didn't get the Sacred Destiny. I'm not quite prepared. I won't be long though. I'm ready now. Sacred Destiny. But before that, I'm getting a bit confused. Messages from Heaven. They're in an order. Sacred Destiny Oracle. Tarot Grand Lux. And the Tarot del Maria Celia. Celia. Oh, Cecilia. Let's have a look and see what the message is for today. It is, I felt like I should have been present at 7 o'clock, and it's like past now. Well, 7:31. I was faffing around, okay? I could have prepared at 10 to 7, but I chose not to. Hi, Barker. I believe that's what your name is. I apologise if I am mispronouncing it. So I'm going to get straight into this reading. How am I? I'm very well, thank you. How are you today? We're going to start with the botanical. My heart's beating really, really fast. Botanical inspirations. I'm sitting to the side. Okay. Let's face on. I've got the card. We have a red rose. Hidden secrets. Is it going to be a bit like that then? Are we still hiding stuff? Hidden secrets. 3 things cannot be long hidden. The sun, the moon, and the truth. That's by Buddha. Hi Francisco, how are you doing? I am doing a reading. It's a collective reading. I'm not answering your personal questions. It's not that type of channel. I just come on and channel messages through the cards that are chosen. Hidden secrets. We're getting another card from here. Hi Bella, how are you doing, darling? I feel there's some pressure in my ears. Interesting. The truth wants to be set free. The sacred lotus. Enlightenment. No mud, no lotus. I can't pronounce the author. I don't know if that's zooming in, focusing, zooming in. Whether that's focusing. Now, Bella, you're reading through it, or are you reading thought it? Because it's a kind of your own little combination. I'm reading thought it, darling. It's good to see your name pop up. It doesn't really matter how many times you repeat it, A-Lock. It's not a channel where I do personal readings. It's a collective reading. One more card from here then. How am I meant to pronounce this? Nasturtium. Nasturtium. Victory and conquest. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. Well, and that's by Lao Tzu. Okay, the Tao Te Ching author. So we have Buddha. Lao Tzu's coming through. At the beginning of the reading, I said I've never had this happen before. I felt because I had to select my audience. So we have the Buddha here, the Buddha, the Lao Tzu, and this one where Thich Nhat Han. Okay. And seeing as that's card of enlightenment, I would say that that would be an ascended master, an enlightened one, who walks the sacred human path. You have to remember that we are sacred beings having human experiences. But I really do like this this quote here by Lao Tzu. He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still. It's the mightiest one of all. Okay, so we're going to go, where are we going to go to? It's good to see me too, love. Appreciate your service. Oh, thank you, darling. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to do this. Okay, messages from heaven. Let's say cheers to all you love bugs out there. To all you channel of lovers. Cheers. Have you been seeing love hearts in the clouds? Have you been hearing noises? Like strange noises, if like they're there to kind of, I don't know, they're different noises. I heard something earlier. It was like a woo woo woo. That kind of noise, and it was actually coming from like the fish tank. But this morning it was like, okay, and what was that noise? And then I got to work, and there was like noise outside our 5 exit, and myself and my colleague, we kind of just stared at the door, and it's like, what's going on out there? You assume something's going on, don't you? Because, you know, well, it's more than likely, you know, the shop next door, or, but we don't know for sure, do we? What are these noises? So, messages from heaven. I feel like I'm literally like salivering at the corner of my mouth. Corner of my mouth. I've only just got the one. Card number 24. We rejoice when you find love. Love comes in unexpected ways. So your ancestors, your loved ones, your crossed over loved ones are not cross. They're not cross with you. That's what's coming through. They want you to be happy. And they're happy. They rejoice when you find love. And love comes in unexpected ways. Let's have a look at this message. If I can get it out. Whose mouth is this speaking today? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's going on. Love is important in our lives, particularly after a loss. As humans, I so wanted to say as animals, but as humans we need to be in relationships, and your deceased loved ones welcome this. You may meet someone special, make new friends, or bring a new pet into your life. Each connection is viewed as a living miracle. Love in all forms is welcome. Welcomed. Your loved ones want you to be happy and say, we welcome opportunities for you to love and be loved during your physical experience. Why is it that your ancestors offer, did it say offer? We welcome and offer you opportunities to love and be loved, because that is the reason why we are here, to love and be loved. We welcome opportunities for you to love and be loved during your physical experience, existence. Is someone like foaming at the mouth, frothing at the mouth? It feels quite embarrassing. Anyway. I'm going to the Sacred Destiny Oracle cards now. Come on, get up, everybody. The word treacle is coming through. Well, treacle tart. Sweet. Delicious. We have a gateway. Well, we have gateway, but I feel like I'm putting the Lao Tzu, the gateway, the Buddha. Well, we have the gateway. Oh, it's because I'm going to read. At the end of the reading, guys, if you want to stay tuned, that's up to you. But myself and my tribe are reading and paying attention to this book. We're on chapter 3. Anyway, Il Gigante, the giant. So, I seem to be using that one. Gateway. Let's have a look at this. I'm rather distracted. I'm going to put my glasses on because it's so much easier to read. And there really is no need for us to struggle in any way, shape or form. So no matter what your shape is or what your form is, this is what's coming through. I can't even remember what I was talking about. I don't know. Let's read this about the Enchanted Valley. I'm singing a Gangster's Paradise in my head. Coolio. We've been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Minute after minute, hour after hour. Someone don't know what's going on in the kitchen because they don't know what's cooking. If they can't understand it, how can they teach me? I guess they can, I guess they won't, I guess they front. I know that's why my life is out of luck, fool. They might not be the roads, but that's the roads, the words. I'm trying to think of the movie. I've got it. Dangerous Minds. There are places on the planet where the veil between the physical realms and the mystical dimensions is especially thin. These places are called portals, vortexes, or spirit gateways. In mythology, they are revered as places where things beyond ordinary reality can occur. Mystics, visionaries, and shamans can traverse this realm and the next through these places. Where we seem to have these mystics and visionaries and shamans that have came out through the botanical inspiration cards. Just for you today. Do you know what kept going through my mind this morning? Today could be the day that changes your life forever. And it was like from, I don't even know if that's the correctness of that quote in The Angel Inside, but it's like, okay then. Today will be the day that changes your life forever. I like it, it's sounding even better. Okay. In Celtic traditions, the wee folk, fairies and elves, usually move through these portals and have access to these magical places. The Enchanted Valley is the place where these portals often appear. Okay, the sacred landscape wants you to know magic is afoot. Wondrous events are unfolding. Profound revelations and inner illuminations are close at hand. It is now much easier to manifest your dreams. This is an excellent time to take action on your visions for your future. A small amount of action now will generate much bigger results. Gateways to spirit are opening, and there are places where the veil is especially thin. Fairies and elves are supporting you. Wonders are blossoming in your life. Watch for them. Open your heart to hallowed, holy, magical energy. The more you become aware of the small marvels in your life, the more they will grow in magnitude. So, have we been seeing the signs and synchronicities today? I most definitely have. And I saw one just in that message there. Okay. Is everyone being good? Alright, let's carry on then. Where are we off to now? We are off to Tarot Land. Are we? The Tarot Grand Lux. I don't need these glasses. I'll channel the messages. The Tarot Grand Lux. Cheers. I'm singing Kylie Minogue. I should be so lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I should be so lucky in love. Is that Gateway? I would call it a gateway. Would you call it a gateway? Shall we actually read the message of this? I know that I said I'll channel the messages, but it's quite a void energy. Okay. We'll read the message of the Two of Wands. A fork in the road represents a choice that has to be made. The gate is open. I want to hold it up with this unicorn heading for the gate. The gate is open. But which path, which direction, which colour? Will it be a random choice leaving our fate to chance, or one based on being informed and evaluating the options? I feel as if this energy of someone's feeling a little bit guilty or not worthy of actually the opportunity to love and to be loved. Which path? Which direction? Which colour? We'll get another card. I'm looking for evidence. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. So your ancestors, your loved ones, in heaven want you to be happy. But this is the energy of like this watching, kind of like, you know, getting closer. And the feminine, which is like, you know, it's, why are you behind there like hiding? It's a dark energy. It's the card of nightmares. So we'll read this. Oh, what's coming through is, what if this masculine ends up being like her worst nightmare? That's a fear of his, of not being good enough. I mean, you know, if you are good enough for somebody and worthy, and, well, do you? I do. I know my position. I know I can play that position in a pleasing, pleasant way. There's no doubt about my abilities. This masculine's doubting his ability. A complete and utter fucking nightmare, really. That's why the truth wants to come out. 9 hanging swords transform a chandelier into an oppressive fixture above the anxious figure. This shadowy bedroom becomes a theatrical stage set befitting a Grimm's fairy tale or a scene from Phantom of the Opera. In the dark of our night, in the dark of night, our imagination amplifies our fears and worries. Even the devil seems to make an appearance, adding to the distress. Okay. It feels like all your fears rising to the surface. What was coming through is, if it's not distressing enough, you've got to then actually face your fears. The devil. But they say, I don't know the accuracy of the quote, but to have, to live, okay, L-I-V-E, you need to face evil, okay, which is live spelled backwards. But to have truly have lived, you need to meet the devil and rip his fucking head off. The devil is your own fear. Because I can't see anything stopping this masculine. He's got the go-ahead to be happy. That's what I'm feeling. Or this feminine. There was a slip-up in yesterday's reading, but there is no slip-ups, there's no mistakes, where I said about, I was referring to the feminine, but I called her the divine masculine, and I called him the divine feminine. I called the divine feminine the divine masculine. And him the divine feminine. Anyway, it's energy. Let's find out some more. They will tell us some more. This is the I'm burning up for your love. Hot, on fire. It's the opportunity. And it's like, it's here. It's manifested, because the 3 of Wands is about manifesting. You're just waiting for your ship to come in. Are you sure your ship's not been waiting there a while and it's just about to set sail because it thinks you're not coming? Best hurry up. We know about the unicorns and the ark, or do we? Why do we not have unicorns? Because there were 2 of them. A specific 2 had the role of getting on the ark, and they were so vain, looking at themselves in the reflection of the water, that they didn't make it in time. Moon cookie. Hello, darling. It's now the time has arrived, like Van Halen. Is that how you say that? Halen. Right now. I don't know Van Halen personally, or any songs that come to mind. It's not in my jukebox. I imagine it is, but I haven't put it together. Okay, so the aces are offerings from the divine hand. Who's this divine hand? I know it's a pussycat, but you may be attracting pussycats. They may like you a lot, even if you don't like them. They're messengers, okay? Well, pussycats are your spiritual protectors, yeah? Doggies are your physical protectors. Don't diss the pussycats. Very unwise thing to do. Yeah. I suggest you grow a liking, because they bring messages. So if pussycats don't like you, they don't like your energy. I can tell if any of my cats don't like. A strange thing happened the other day when the kids were having like a party and invited like the friends over, and when one of the mums come to pick up one of the girls, not our cat, the cat that's kind of we've adopted, she's just about to have our babies any day. She got really scared and ran beside the shed, started shaking. You are a spiritual being having human experiences. Okay? Get yourself in alignment with the spirit that you are. Allow it to guide your soul. Love knows what to do. Love knows how to love. Pay attention to the signs, to nature, to energy, spirit. The signs are all there. You've just been programmed really not to see them, to ignore them. That's what the devil wants you to do. Ignore them. Let's keep you trapped. Societal curses. Okay, so now that your ancestors, like who more than likely were trapped, otherwise you would be a fully awakened being, they would have raised you with such knowledge, okay, if they were awakened. But when you make your transition, you leave everything that comes with the human form, okay, behind. And that includes all your mental shit. Okay? Your brain is meant to be used as a transmission for divine, to translate the messages into words for you to... You have it all within you. That's how special you really are. So do some research. You don't need to ask anybody anything outside of yourself. Go to the source, that is you. This is a vessel. Gives you the opportunity to manifest. Source is not really much good without your ideas. That's what manifests. It all starts with an idea. All of it. And it's all for our enjoyment. So it's all to play with, okay? We shouldn't really be complaining, should we? Well, you can complain if you like, but can you guess what you're going to get? More things to complain about. So you might as well have fun. Believe in magic. And it will appear. It's not going to appear if you don't believe. So if you're a skeptic, you're not going to believe me. And you will not see the signs. Because you don't believe. So it just proves its point itself. You get whatever you think about, whatever you believe, you're creating it all. The rest is really just an illusion. It's all to play with. Okay, now we've had that discussion, shall we have a look at that Ace of Wands that the Divine is offering to you? So you must be ready for it, and deserving. It's time to have some fun. Moon Cookie. What happened? Why did you delete your message? I'm wishing on a star. The moon. The moon's beautiful as well at the moment. At the moment, it always is, but I noticed it last night. I done a double take on it, just because I don't really track the phases of the moon. I know when, like, the new moon, I suppose, is roughly the full moon. We're approaching a full moon soon. I've gone to the moon, but we're going to... Well, I can tell you the synchronicity if you like. So, I get the concept that I'm a spiritual being having human experiences. So a lot of my time is spent in the realm of spirit, okay, chatting with spirit. So yesterday I was asking the Divine Masculine. This was the question, and it kind of changed because that devil ego comes through. It's like, how often are you having like conversations with me in your mind? And I could sense the energy of like uncomfortableness. It was like, are you having conversations with me in your mind? And the ego so wanted to say no, and did, but it was like, are you telling me the truth? And then what happened, my interaction then went to what I was actually listening, because I had some music playing on a playlist. Just goes, well, it's not a playlist, it's just what comes up next. And so I was like, okay, this is interesting. So I've just asked the question. I would like an answer. So what started playing was Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars. So I went and looked at the lyrics because the song was playing. And it was like talking to the moon every night, trying to get to you, you know, in hopes you're on the other side talking to me too, or am I a fool who sits alone talking to the moon? So it's kind of like a, okay, yes. But then I pulled a card from the Journey of Love deck, and it came out with a void. And it said, some things, they will come to light, you just can't know at this time. Hi, Blue Sky. Happy evening. It's 20:02. So there's a synchronicity. If your mind's kind of, I don't know, programmed, but it's already programmed to pick up the signs, you've just kind of been, a program's been put on top of that. All your senses, you know. You're not taught how to use your eyes, or how to use your ears, or how to taste, how to touch, okay? But the sixth sense is just totally, we all know about it. You've all heard of your intuition. That's where you go within. That's where you get all your wisdom and guidance from. You don't really need to listen to anybody else. But that's where obviously you're going to come up against. People are not going to like you making your own decisions and trusting, you know, what you want to do over their opinion. It's just a reflection of them and how they would handle situations, but you're not them. You are you, and you're being given this opportunity of the Ace of Wands. We will get round to reading this card. You're excited, aren't you? I can feel it. I'm so excited. Oh, yeah. Because I know what? I want you. Okay, the Ace of Wands ignites creative potential with the qualities of self-expression, enthusiasm, and complete confidence in one's abilities. I'm just going to clear your throat for you. Could you repeat that, please? The Ace of Wands ignites creative potential with the qualities of self-expression, enthusiasm, and complete confidence in one's abilities. The dragon represents passion and feeling fired up about opportunities or projects. That's really good to hear. I've got another tarot deck to go to, which is the Tarot di Maria Celia. How long have we been on for? 34 minutes. So sorry, Bella. It's I've just read that your cat's name, your childhood cat, and the book that we're reading, the character's called Thomas. So we're kind of, Cynthia shared something the other day on Facebook regarding a town. I believe that her grandparents, but it was like Thomasville and Doubting Thomas. But sorry, my childhood cat. Does it even say Thomasina? Hid under the house when we were packing up to move. She was pregnant, and just as the moving truck was leaving, she started carrying her kids. Spirit is always on time. Spirit is always on time. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. This is unhappiness. I'll read the message from the book. Okay? It's unfulfillment. It's feeling a loss emotionally. Let's read this. The Five... Excuse me. The Five of Cups. That's the 6. I can read it. Nostalgia, appreciation of simple things, yearning for the past. A time to look back and appreciate the past and past relationships. Things or people from before come into the now. Benevolence and compassion, appreciation of family. It could also mean focusing too much in the past and regretting the present. Okay, anyway, it's the 5. That was the 6. Oh, it's the wrong one. I actually sighed. It was like, I don't know what that noise was, but it's like, oh, it's not, because I read disgrace, treachery, defeat and humiliation. Anyway, I don't know what this word is. I know what the word melancholy is, but melancholia, is it like a condition? Melancholia. Disappointments, emotional loss, loss of relationship, focusing on life's difficulties instead of finding solutions to them. That candle just, it's got a candle there, but it just like, I don't know, done something different. Moodiness and frustration, inaction, inability to move one's focus away from losses and towards what one still has. Pessimism, feeding on one's sorrow instead of strengthening one's resolve. It also means that not everything is lost. We know that. Well, actually, everything's happened for this reason. You found love. You found an outlet, like out of you, that loves and allows themselves to be loved. You want more. More, more, more. Well, how do you like it? There's a lot of love flying around the channel of love this evening, which is beautiful. We have the 7 of Wands. This is really about standing your ground. You're going to have to take back your power because you're the one that gave it away. Everyone was under the impression that you was fine. They could make decisions for you. You didn't have a mind of your own. You need to take back your power. You need to stand your ground. Your life. Your ground. Your rules. You'll hold yourself accountable. And follow this. Oh, I felt like I was doing a bit of dirty dancing. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Oh, I've had the time of my life and I owe it all to you. I've had the life of my life. The life of your life? The time of your life. Okay. It's not too late. It's never too late. You do have to take back your power. Okay, the 7 of Wands. Serious competition, having a number of opponents, aggression from various sources, assertiveness and willfulness, dynamic and involved debate, also a time of daring and courage. Success but won through hard work, effort and struggles. Your success is here. Through hard work, effort and struggles. Also an issue with many stakeholders and conflicting interests, may hint at a need for diplomacy. Is that how you pronounce that word? It sounds like politic talk. Diplomat. I don't know what these words mean. I don't think I need to know. Let's carry on with loving. Okay, well that's the end of the cards. I'm going to leave with a Rumi message before I read the angel inside. How does that sound? Let's bring this reading together. I always feel this is where the magic happens, so I've done my little spill. Rumi, one of our ascended masters. Okay, we're finished with a message from Rumi, and then we'll get on with chapter 3 of our book. Okay. An invitation into the heart of the divine. Let's read the message. A sacred convergence, card number 11. What can you see? Okay. Roaming around town, the master was holding a light, saying, I am weary of the demons and the beasts. A human is what I am longing for. The human cannot be found. We have searched. What cannot be found is what I am longing for. Although poor and needy, I will not accept small pieces of ruby. The mine of the finest rubies is what I am longing for. One hand holding a cup of wine, and the other the curls of the beloved. A dance like this, in the middle of the circle, is what I am longing for. Rumi. I can hear geese flying over. Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel of love. Thank you for your presence. By what I can feel, you all have rather nice energy. How I have longed for you, my very own. Look no further, for the family beyond your family, the relationship beyond all other relationships, the great love that unveils all other loves to be mere reflections of the one great and true love, is here for you now. It is I who has sought you through the stirrings of your own heart. Yes, 'twas I, hidden beneath every secret, yearning for something more, something full, something special, something all-encompassing. Behind every yearning, always, I have hidden. Let's go to this energy here. Now I show myself to you, that you may become so filled with the same passionate devotion that I hold for you, that your mind will fall away, overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of love, tossed into an ocean of silent, unending bliss. Come to me, we are to be one now, in sacred convergence of silent, eternal passion. Sounds good, doesn't it? Canadian geese. I called them geese, but in my mind it was like they're Canadian geese going over. Sacred convergence indicates a coming together of souls in alignment with a greater cause. This greater cause is both personal and impersonal. There is an aspect of joining together for common purpose, although that purpose may not be immediately obvious at a level of day-to-day consciousness. That common soul purpose may be to lift each other into greater love and self-belief, to shed fear and open the heart, filling each individual soul with more holy fire for its personal passionate purpose. That sounds like it. You'll have a sense when this process is happening, there will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and here you all are today. Not just today, you can tell by the viewings. You've been present. It's nice to have you guys present. So you'll have a sense, I spoke about your senses. You'll have a sense when this process is happening. There will be a coming together of you with like-minded souls who hail from all walks of life, and yet together, through some invisible genius, you will help each other. You may simply be dancing in the same room, or singing in a group, attending a class or workshop, or just visiting the same beach or parkland, but at that moment there will be a sense of something coherent and nourishing happening at a far greater level. The trickle-down effect into your personal life will be felt too. You'll have more energy after spending time with these people, even if you don't interact very much on a personal level beyond being in the same space. And we are, as a collective, the tribe, very aware that you are present. You'll feel empowered to step forward on your path and love yourself with less conditions. You'll become freer to shed your fears, let go of relationships based in fear and judgment, and open up to those more loving, responsive, and inspiring to continue on your personal journey in increasingly profound ways. This oracle has come to you because you are part of a greater sacred convergence happening now. Perhaps you have already sensed its progression, or perhaps it will not be obvious to you, but the effect, whether obvious or subtle, will be important to your soul development and divine awakening. You are being asked to drop defences and barriers towards a group of people that feel good for you. However, those that dampen your spirits or drag you down are to be dispensed with, no matter what games of blame or manipulation they may play to keep you coming back for more. No, that shall not do for your soul growth now. Just step away. Turn towards those connections that feel nourishing to your soul, and learn to share yourself without fear. Just be. You do not have to force the planets to spin, nor the great cycles of the soul to happen. All that is required is that you show up for what is offered to you now. Do your part. Take your steps. Dance, sing and be, and allow the gifts of sacred connection to change your world, for this is a spiritual gift presented to you now. Okay, my daughters also heard this noise, and both daughters have heard this noise in the living room, and my youngest daughter has just put on our family chat, noise happened again. They're signs, guys. I mean, she doesn't realise that she's typing that so that I can relay that to you, because she's not aware unless she's watching at the moment. But as far as I'm aware, she's downstairs watching Trainspotting. She came in, she went to me, "Are you just about to do a reading?" I was like, "Yeah." She said, "Do you mind if I watch Trainspotting?" I said, "How does you watching Trainspotting affect me?" She said, "Because you spoke about maybe wanting to watch it with me." I said, "You go on, darling, you go and watch Trainspotting. We can hear the trains." Okay. Born Slippy. Underworld. So let me just get rid of this message. Thank you for the message, Emily. Thank you for the synchronicities. That's how you put it all together. That's amazing. They're everywhere. Well, everything that your eyes or your ears, whatever you pick up on, all signs. The lyrics to the song, the meaning behind that movie you're watching that means something to you, personally, to your song. Okay. Ramping up. Right then. This oracle comes with a special message. Perhaps you have been thinking about shedding lower vibrational connections based in the ego world of power games, sabotage, manipulation and fear. Perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have overpruned to be left with nothing and no one. That's cool. That's not always a bad thing. What I was left with was my 2 children. From the old life. The kids are the ones that are here with me. Not one other soul. Maybe our souls are not in alignment. That's how I look at it. Otherwise they'd be here, wouldn't they? Or I'd be there. It's just, doesn't work. Just walk away. Be free. Set yourself free. You can do it. You might not want to, but you do. Your soul does. Okay, so perhaps you have already begun this process, or even shed so many you are fearing you might have overpruned to be left with nothing and no one. Do not fear, feisty angel of love. Your truth is prevailing. You cannot stay in a vibration of fear if you want to dwell in a vibration of love. Whilst you learn to sustain that vibration within you until it cannot be rattled by any crisis or demand, you are wise to place yourself in more nourishing connections. If you want a plant to grow, why not give it the best soil and conditions in which to do so? Certainly the plant of love can and will grow in the most inhospitable conditions, but it can be rather more joyful to grow in gentler, more nourishing conditions if possible. And those conditions are possible and available to you, for you. This oracle comes to you with guidance that the possibility for more joyful relationships and growth of love within is in your power. You can choose each day, each moment, just make a choice. Trust yourself, your discernment, and your intuition, and choose. You do not owe anyone anything. Repeat this law of karma. Let's do it. Repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. Repeat after me. You only owe love the chance to grow. So, I can hear an alarm going off. Hear the music. I say it's an alarm going off. I can hear music. Just like yesterday I told you about my daughter hearing, it's the final countdown. And we just assume that it's from an ice cream van. Or, you know, someone that likes to go around and play the music from a speaker. But what we heard was, it's the final countdown. I've just heard the Maybe we've got to stop looking for evidence. You're not stupid. So repeat this law of karma. You only owe love the chance to grow. So let that be your guiding principle now, as you release the old, and trust that even if your garden of relationship becomes sparse for a while, you have been cutting back unhealthy plants to allow for new life to flourish. It is only a matter of timing for the season of new life and growth to come again, and so it shall, bringing with it sacred convergence of souls on the path of love, your soul tribe, your soul family, your new tribe of those journeying upon the path of love. Beautiful reading. Beautiful reading. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. You don't have to go just yet. I'm just moving over to the personal development part of this. So, I mean, we can learn a lot through these readings. And normally, what I'm going to read now from this, it's a fable. The Angel Inside, it's based around the statue of David in Florence. I'll be reading this. What's our timestamp for today? 57:44. I like those 44s. Thank you, Cynthia, for sign stamping. For sign stamping for me. Let's not call them time stamping. Let's call them sign stampings. Have you been seeing 1111 a lot? Because when I saw that card, that's what came to mind. And now that I'm looking, because you can see the evidence, okay? It's like feel it and then look around. You'll see the evidence everywhere. 1111. 57:44 is a timestamp. We're on chapter 3. Pages are falling out. It's all good though. Not anything to complain about, is it? It's well read. That's what it shows. So it comes with a little quote underneath the heading. Chapter 3, being confident in your strength. If you are to be successful, you must find self-confidence in the things that you do well and then pursue them. I'll repeat it. If you are to be successful, you must find self-confidence in the things that you do well and then pursue them. It is time to take a closer look at Il Gigante, the old man said, as he stood up and began moving towards the statue. I will teach you a few more things here, and then I have somewhere else to take you. Tom got up and followed until they were standing directly in front of the David. He was amazed at the size. He hadn't gotten so close the first time he came to see it. Instead, he had casually peeked his head in and then left. So, what is the next lesson? Tom asked. What do you see before you, Thomas? I see a statue. You are perceptive, the old man teased. Let me be more direct. What is the mood of David? The mood? Yes. What do you see? Tom thought. Can you give me some hints? He asked. Very well. When in the battle with Goliath, is the sculpture taken from? I don't know. Before or after? The old man prompted. Tom looked the David over closely, sling over the shoulder, rock in his hand, looking at something. Goliath, to the left. His brow furrowed in concentration. It became obvious. Before. Right before. Yes, Thomas. Okay. Why is that important? A little more history for you, Thomas. Traditionally, statues of David were done so as to reflect him immediately after the battle. This was usually done by sculpting Goliath's head severed from his body at the feet of David. Michelangelo purposefully brought David to life just before he slew the giant. He did this because of the political situation at the time. Italy was not united. It was many fiefdoms and cities, like Florence, which constantly had to worry about attacking armies large and small. Statues in that day were made for their beauty, of course, but they were also made for powerful political statements. The statue of David was to be placed in a prominent place, the Palazzo Vecchio, to make a statement to the people of Florence and to anyone who would think of attacking. This is why I asked you what mood David was made to portray. Given this new understanding, what do you think David was meant to portray? Tom stared intently at David. He couldn't get it. I just don't know. Here are the words David spoke to Goliath just before he took the sling to him. I will strike you down and remove your head from you, and I will give the dead bodies of the army of the Philistines this day to the birds of the sky and the wild beasts of the earth. Now, given that these are the words David spoke to this massive giant just moments from the time where he stands here before us, what would you say David was feeling? Tom looked at that brow of David's. Then he thought he had it. Confidence. He felt confident. He was sure he was right. Thomas, you are learning. That is exactly right. Michelangelo wanted to portray confidence. The same confidence that David showed before his battle was the same confidence that Florence was showing to those who thought of overthrowing it. Florence was saying, if you attack, you will die. So the lesson is confidence? Tom asked. The lesson is that in order to achieve what you want out of life, you must be confident. And as it relates to following your passions and utilising your strengths, you must demonstrate self-confidence. What if you don't have self-confidence? Tell me, Thomas, do you know what confidence means, literally? No, what? In the Latin, it literally means with faith. So you see, self-confidence means you have faith in yourself. But what if you don't have faith in yourself? Tom asked. You must have faith in some aspect of yourself. For instance, there are many things that I do not do well. However, there are many things that I excel at. It is in these that I put my confidence. The lesson is this. If you are to be successful, you must find self-confidence in the things that you do well and then pursue them. as the David has done over the city of Florence for so many hundreds of years, the secret is that you too must stand confidently in whatever you do. How do I do that? When you go home, you begin to work in an area of your strength and talent. By doing so, you will feel and become more confident. The reason you have no confidence now is because you are not good at what you do. So you are reminded, both consciously and subconsciously, every day that you are not good at what you spend most of your day doing. This breeds doubt, fear, and ultimately despair. One must work in his or her strength. Confidence comes from this. Check. I've got it. Good. Then we may move on. I would hope so, Tom said eagerly. He was now actually enjoying being the student in the old man's classroom of life. That's the end of chapter 3. So we now go to some notes that are at the back, where it's a discussion guide and workbook. And here's some questions for you to have a think over. We don't have that many. It's just on this page here. I'll hold them up because you can come back and screenshot this, but these are the questions to ponder over after listening to that chapter. So be confident in your strength. What are your strengths? How confident are you of your abilities in general? How confident are you when you are operating out of your strengths? If you don't know what your strengths are, ask some friends to help you and then record their answers here. How can you imagine your life changing if you could live more fully out of your strengths in your life? How can you imagine your life changing if you could live more fully out of your strengths in your life? Guys, thank you so much for joining me this evening, today, this afternoon, this morning, whatever time it is. I will talk to you all soon. So until then, take care, much love.